Hello and welcome back to the Casual Fan Podcast, the hardest working, most accurate, most entertaining, and above all else, the most profitable sports gambling podcast you will find on the internet. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Casual Fan Podcast on YouTube and follow at Benz_best_best on Twitter and on TikTok. Even though I'm in a great mood, last week was by far the worst week of the season and the worst week personally that I can remember in a very long time. But even with that, we're still 64 and 58 on the year, 6 games above 500. I'll take it for now, the only way is up. But when Mike White is the second coming of Joe Montana, that happens. For me, I just think it means that I'm due for a phenomenally profitable week 9. We're gonna start off with the Raiders -3. I'd avoid this game if I could, but because I don't love the slate entirely this week, I'm gonna have to go with it, and here's why. I liked it before the Henry Ruggs news, and I do still like it. Giants are a bad team on a short week. The Raiders are a good team coming off a bye. Derek Carr is a leader. There's 7 captains on this Vegas Raiders team. They're gonna help this team get through it. And in no way am I gonna compare the Ruggs situation to the Gruden situation, but we've seen how this team of individuals handles adversity. They have a game-and-a-half lead in the AFC West. They'll dig deep, not give anything back this week. I like the Raiders to come together once more, dig deep, and get the win. And if I have to take the 3 points with it, so be it. Another game in the headlines for all the wrong reasons because of this guy right here, number 12. The Packers and the Chiefs. It's a big shame. It was meant to be a heavyweight title fight. It's turned into David versus Goliath, aka Mahomes versus Love. I loved the Pats when the line opened up with the Chiefs as favorites. I couldn't quite figure it out. Now the line without Rodgers, rightfully the Chiefs are favored, but they're favored by 7.5 points right now. They're a bad team. They shouldn't be favored by 7.5 points, really against most teams in this league, especially a 7-1 team, even without their MVP quarterback. Most of us believe that Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be back with the Packers in 2022. So this is a great chance to see what J-Lo can do. He's been waiting for this moment, and he's gonna get it against an abysmal defense. If he doesn't put up at least average numbers here, I'd be concerned to alarmed. He couldn't have really asked for a better defense to go against. The Packers and Matty LaFleur, they know what they're doing. His record since he became the head coach of that team, the best in the league. They'll put their second-year quarterback in a position to succeed, put the ball in the hands of some of the premier playmakers in the league, and with the way the Chiefs are playing, I still think the Pack could march into Arrowhead and get the W. So just as a side note, be careful putting the Chiefs in all your teasers this week like you might want to with that 7.5 number. I would just stay away. If anything, Packers money line is looking pretty attractive to me. I had to look really hard for a third game to fully back, and I'll go with the other late afternoon game. It's the Eagles and the Chargers. I know it's a West team heading east, but I'm going to take the LA Chargers here -2. All season, Brandon Staley has been atop the Coach of the Year candidates, and it's almost set in stone now that taking Tua over Herbert will be a mistake the Dolphins will rue for many seasons to come. But if they don't beat the Eagles here, then they're essentially frauds. The Eagles, 3 wins coming against average at best teams, losing against any real tough opposition that they faced. Conversely, looking at the Chargers, their schedule has been really tough. Justifiably, there is concern that Jalen Hurts will do what Lamar Jackson did to the Chargers a few weeks back. Which is fair, the Chargers have the worst rush defense in the league. But the game script in that Baltimore game got way out of hand. Staley was going for it on 4th and 10, deep in his own territory early in the third quarter, essentially just handing the Baltimore Ravens free points. That really exaggerated the score. They were always going to lose, but that score was very complimentary to the Ravens. The problem, if anything, was the Chargers' offense in that game. But the Chargers simply have to win this game. I think the Raiders will win, like I already mentioned, so they can't afford to slip up. The Bolts need to perform. I read absolutely zero into what the Eagles did by beating the toothless Lions last week. They could have won 100-0. It doesn't matter. It's the Lions. In fact, I'm kind of glad they did what they did, because if not, Herbert's crew would be favored by more than 2 points this week. Good passing offenses have put up a lot of points against the Eagles so far this season, and at least for this week, I'm still willing to put the LA Chargers into that category. That's it for this video. It's going to be a bounce back week 9. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube page, and follow Benz_best_best on Twitter and on TikTok. NFL Week 9, only bet as much as you're willing to win. Good luck.